comparing those two, I think, sometimes they do not understand. I think this year they've all taken notice because they've been on our farms and looked at them. So they're saying now they want us to help them learn to improve.
With the recent price spikes that we've seen with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other altcoins, it's really exposed the high transaction fees that we've seen as volumes have increased on those blockchains. And one of the interesting dynamics that we're starting to see is wrapped Ethereum on Tron. We're seeing wrapped Tron that's going to be moving onto Ethereum. There's a little bit of a bridge that's being built there. I recently talked about divs.io that's really going to incorporate that bridge and make that much smoother for people that are trying to transition between those blockchains without having to do KYC or go through a centralized exchange. So you're seeing a lot of popularity of the dApp space, the decentralized finance space, on those two blockchains, and they have a little bit of a different dynamic. Most of the money and some of the investment aspects that we're seeing is all on Ethereum. All of the things that incorporate all of the numbers of transactions, high transactions, in terms of the volume, we're seeing that is kind of, it's more efficient on Tron. When you're talking about casinos, you're talking about different games, you're talking about different projects where you need to get in and transact on a pretty regular basis. That's going to be much more efficient on Tron because of the high transaction fees that we're seeing on Ethereum. But I think what's interesting to note, and one of the things I want to talk about in this video, is some of these projects and platforms that have some history, that have been around for a year or so, that are utilizing those two blockchains. And one in particular that's been in the works for quite some time. It's had some growing pains, some development issues in the past, but they are coming out and they have a lot of really interesting projects. So in this video, I want to explore some of the different offerings with HXY. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Clover Crypto. If you're looking to learn more about decentralized finance, trading, and other passive income opportunities, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out. I last covered HXY earlier this year when they went through their initial launch phase with their HXY token, their foundational token of this ecosystem, a high interest dividend paying token that was paying out really well initially. They had some development issues. It dropped substantially in price, so there was a lot of volatility with that. Part of that was due to some of those development issues they had. They had some trust issues with some of the people that were working on the project. And so it was kind of in limbo for a little while as they were really trying to kind of clean things up and roll out all of these different projects and moving pieces that they had been working on. And they are just now starting to really kind of get things back in order, and they have some new things that they're also rolling out. They have HXY.Finance. They have a way to integrate some of the things that they're doing onto Tron to mitigate some of the high transaction fees that we're seeing, because that's kind of one of the things is with the the HXY contracts, there was some very high gas fees. They were trying to mitigate some of that by basically automating some of those processes, and so it just took them some time to kind of get some of these things rolling. But they have a lot of money that they have invested in this project, and a lot of that money has come from all of the success that they've had being built on top of the HEX ecosystem. HEX has been the top performing altcoin of the entire year, and so a lot of people that are in this project are very heavy HEX investors, and they're taking a lot of the investments that they have in HEX, and they are rolling that into this project because they believe in that ecosystem, and they have a lot of different things that they feel that they can add to that to help facilitate growth. And that's one of the things that you will see with this project is they have a lot of different offerings. They put a lot of money into development, and so that's why I think that there's a lot of potential here with this project. So I have gotten into the HXY.Finance, the farming. That's one of the ways that you can earn, and the price, because it's been paying out quite a bit in the HXY.Finance token, people that are really just looking for the short-term gain, you see a lot of people that are dumping the token. That's had a lot of downward movement on the price. But if you look at the supply, there's only 23 million of these tokens. Now with HXY, There's 60 million, and all of those are now in the ecosystem. The majority of those are being frozen for the long term. So a lot of people that are in HXY, you see them that they are here for the long term because they see all of the development and things that are being worked on. And now they have some different things that they're going to be offering in terms of yield farming as well as on Tron. Right now with Tron, you can get into their hot staking project, which is, it's essentially like an hourglass. It's a little bit of a modified version. It has like a drip feature, but you can pick up the HXYT token on JustSwap. And by getting into this contract, you have the ability to earn a passive income based on your holdings and holding that over time. In this video, I'm not gonna give you too much of a tutorial on how everything works. I feel like there are some great videos which I've linked in the description below. So if you have some questions on how to get involved with some of these, those are pretty straightforward. A lot of people that watch my channel, they're pretty experienced with crypto and these types of contracts. They've been in yield farming, they've been on Tron projects. So if you need a little bit of assistance with that, those would be some better videos to explain things a little bit more in depth. But the Tron contract, the hot staking project, right now it's just essentially a drip feature, and that can be enhanced up to 5%, perhaps even up to 7.5%. So right now, like, I have about a $700 investment in that staking project. It's earning me about $4 or $5 a day. So I'm earning a little bit on my my HXYT tokens. And there's going to be more utility that's going to be built into that. I'm really interested to see where that goes. They have a large token supply with that, but it hasn't been released onto the ecosystem just yet. So this is one that I feel could grow a little bit. And the token supply is one of the interesting factors, I feel, with the HXY.Finance one. That's why I've actually invested quite a bit more into the HXY.Finance ecosystem, because I'm farming so many tokens. It had a really high APY, and it was they even enhanced that for basically about 2 days. They had a 10x feature that they ran on that. So if you were in those pools as a liquidity provider, you were able to earn a lot of tokens. So now I have a substantial amount of the HXY.Finance tokens, which gives me a pretty good position with this project moving forward. And that's one of the things that I've talked about, is with some of these newer projects, these up and coming projects, they are high risk. There's certainly risk with these types of projects, but they can be high reward. And one of the ways to have a high reward with some of these up and coming new projects is to have a good position on some of the token supplies when they're launching. And then as these projects develop and bring more utility in the ecosystem and more investments come in, you are going to grow with that market cap as that project grows in value. So this is one that definitely has some potential in that sense. And I know how much they are working behind the scenes. And so that's what gives me some confidence that this is a project that has long-term intentions, that wants to be around for quite some time, and that is going to be a great long-term investment in that sense. You have to look past some of the the fluctuations and volatility with the prices from time to time, and focus more on having a certain percentage of the market cap. And so that's been my strategy. The HXY.Bet token is one that I haven't gotten into as much. I'm still learning a little bit about that one, but they have a lot of plans on turning some of the different things that they're doing, with the casino, with the HXY.Bet token. And you can see, like, the layouts are very beautiful. They have a really good development when it comes to that. And so I'm really interested to see where this project goes and how well it does. The credit feature, all these different developments that they're going to be bringing in to this ecosystem is right in kind of the niche of some of the things that we're seeing that are up and coming, that are popular right now, yield farming, some of the dApps that we're seeing on Tron. And I think that they're moving in the right direction. So I've spent quite a bit of time talking with some of these guys behind the scenes, and so they're really working their tails off to really bring utility and development to the community. And so if you're looking for more information, I encourage you guys to get in their Telegram group. They're very active in there, very open to answering questions. One of the other interesting projects I see them working on is the HXY.Gold project, and I don't know enough about this, so don't quote me on some of this stuff, but I believe they have some intentions to get into physical gold and to put that on the blockchain. And that's basically some of the intentions with the HXY.Gold project, is by holding these tokens, you're owning a certain amount of a percentage holdings of physical gold, which you can then sell. So it basically kind of locks in the price a little bit better on something that has some physical attributes. It's not an intangible coin. So I really feel that this does have some good opportunity for those that are looking for a up-and-coming project with some income potential. So I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.